killing it in this role. Cillian's killing it.
I had to kiss Scarlett Johansson.
I mean, come on.
Can you imagine how horrible that was for me?
Can you imagine how awful that was?
You can wear your cardigan.
All right. Maybe I'll embellish it with some like...
No.
So we have heard a lot about the newest film to release, Oppenheimer. And while we have looked at the behind-the-scenes moments of this film and where the story came from, we wanted to go over some of the funny moments throughout the press tour interviews. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Scarecrow.
Big star Scarecrow.
I whispered it because I have a problem talking about DC characters. I don't know if I was programmed or not, but I was in this room with a lot of flashing lights once. Long story, thanks, Kevin.
Based on a 2005 biography, a theatrical physicist who was pivotal in developing the first nuclear weapons as part of the Manhattan Project, and thereby ushering in the atomic age, according to the plot of this film.
She's not concerned with small potatoes like me.
I know, right? I mean, when you got DJ, why do you need Damon?
Really?
This guy?
Not at all.
Agreed. Sorry.
You can answer the next question.
What's your next question?
And before we get into more of these moments, some trivia for you. For the main character, Cillian Murphy, in his earlier career, he dipped his toe into theater where he first portrayed in what popular Shakespeare play? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around to the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
Nice to have the pressure off. I was like, let this guy do the heavy lifting.
It's not true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd come in, hey, I had like 4 days off. I was just kind of, antiquing around Santa Fe. What have you been up to? And he'd be like, you want to run the lines?
Interestingly enough, apparently there is a trend going around where the stars of both of the upcoming popular film, Barbie and Oppenheimer, will be competing against each other in the box office.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Sometimes we just see each other across the street and we go like that.
That's like what fans want to hear.
Oh,
so thank you for saying that.
People are clamoring for Adjustment Bureau too.
And because of the excitement surrounding both films, fans have created parody posters that merge the films together. And it's interesting to see all of these posters kind of advertising both films at the same time.
Okay.
Is there anything you've seen me do that made you think, that was weird?
Matt's lost his luggage, and so I remember us drinking so much wine, and it ended with you in your beige pajamas from the plane because you'd lost your luggage dancing on, on an ottoman, and I thought that was weird.
And it's always great to see when everyone gets the chance to play MTV's Yearbook.
Before we start, I would give you the chance to offer Florence some flowers and see if she finally
You know what's going to
accepts them.
happen.
I know, I do.
Let's see.
Thank you so much.
We get to see Cillian during some interviews with Florence Pugh talking about the difficulties to playing Oppenheimer.
By the way, speaking Dutch, I don't know if do you speak?
Not at all,
Well,
no.
great
But
job.
our DP, Hoyte van Hoytema, is from Holland. So he recorded me that speech on my phone, and then I just slowed it down and learned it just phonetically. I have no idea what it means. Just phonetically.
So there were some people who were curious as to how director Christopher Nolan built the bombs for the movie, as this isn't his first film to do so. His goal was to make the blast feel more real than previous attempts with CGI, and it would have to be closer.
On the visual effects and special effects department, there were very small microscopic things that look huge, but then also some giant big bangs out in the desert that were pretty spectacular to live through.
And that is how you give an answer without giving an answer.
Going into this film, it is said that you really get to see the workings of this person's brain when Oppenheimer goes through all of this, and really puts you in his shoes, and I think that's why so many people are curious about this film, because of the perspective.
Because all the rest of the stuff, trust me, you will never be on a set that is more dialed in.
Right.
To the point where the only thing that could go wrong is us.
Right.
Which is weird, because usually everything else is chaotic, and we're the comet, the eye of the storm. Now hold on now, let's get this master.
In this next interview, Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy, and Matt Damon share some laughs on Hollywood firsts.
Yeah, wow.
We've known each other for far too long. Matt lives in my building, so I'm actually not used to seeing you in regular shoes. I only see you in slippers. It's very strange.
When we come down for dinner, I just wear slippers.
We also wanted to give a shout out to our DC Thursday winner. If you guys didn't know, we ask a challenging DC related trivia question over on our community tab. If you answer it correct, you get a chance to have your answer featured here in one of our videos.
Tight shot of the kiss, and she goes, "Oh shit!" She goes, I literally just had like an onion sandwich. I thought we did this.
But were you still sort of slightly aroused getting to do that with her or not?
No, I was making fun of her the entire
Okay,
time
good.
about her onion breath, which I didn't even smell.
Perfect.
Because
I mean, she's
her breath
perfect.
smells like roses.
Back when they were creating the cast for the film, they were extremely secretive about it. So much so that the cast themselves didn't even know what they were signing up for until they signed the contract.
A sort of tepid thing, something quite tepid,
yeah.
sort of in the middle.
Okay.
Something with Matt Damon.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you feel old?
I do. Next to you.
If we were to pitch...
Your oldness is rubbing off on me.
However, Christopher Nolan, when putting this film together, knew that Cillian Murphy was the only one he wanted to play Oppenheimer and believed only he could do so.
Oh, that sounds pretty. I'll get that in the movie. Every little like in your mouth means a completely different thing, and so Scarlett and I would be saying what we think were lines. It'd be like, okay, so you're not saying anything, and that was really, really tough going because you also just don't want to like offend anyone.
And it's never a dull moment when Emily Blunt and Matt Damon, when they decide to interview each other.
We met on the Adjustment Bureau when I auditioned for you. And I was very nervous and you were very nice and I was the fourth girl that came in. And I thought, am I too young for him? Me as love interest.
I immediately thought, nope.
And a little bit of background into this film, Oppenheimer is the first script written by Christopher Nolan in the first person, as he wanted the narrative to be conveyed from Oppenheimer's perspective.
Where does he need me to go?
I think you were in beige a lot, weren't you?
Beige,
Yeah.
a lot of beige. I'm big. Good Will Hunting for me, yeah, which is, it's a little movie I did before you were born.
I wish I am mid-30s. I'm not as young as I look.
Emily's was the Adjustment Bureau.
Game changer, guys. It launched 1,000 ships, that one, didn't it?
He had also deliberately chosen to alternate between scenes in color and black and white, explaining that he wanted the film to be conveyed from both an objective and subjective perspective, which he succeeded in doing.
A fairly restricted diet, so it wouldn't have been fun hanging out with me at that time.
Are you back to eating to normal
Yes,
now?
I am.
What was your first meal?
Oh, I can't remember.
It was like a pasta bolognese or something, right?
Pasta bolognese.
I already got this out of him.
And one of the reasons the movie had such a low budget and was able to have it was because some of the actors took losses when they signed on, agreeing to $4 million instead of their usual 10 to 20.
I'd like to actually try this inverted just to make this even more impossible. There we go. This is going to work a fucking treat.
History of SNL. I got that going for me.
There's one skit that sticks out.
Suitcase Boy? No?
Could you tell me what that is? I don't remember that.
Well, no, that never made it to air. And that's the one that sticks out.
We get to see Matt Damon and Emily Blunt once again on E.T.
You nervous, Damon?
Yes.
What a way to start off. I love it.
What a way to start.
It's 3 hours. They go, I said, I read scripts in real time. When are you going to start? And I said, 9 a.m. And he said, I will be here at noon. And he came back at noon and he took the script back.
And speaking of Matt Damon, during a separate interview, he talked a little bit about the main character, Cillian, who of course plays Oppenheimer, and how he is doing now considering he did such an intense role and really had to focus for a while.
I mean, love fest.
He's great.
I adore him.
Is he okay? It's like an intense film. There's a
He
lot
is
of intense
now.
stares.
He is now with a few more calories in him. I think he's had a Mars bar since this movie,
we
so I
went
think
out
he's feeling better.
to dinner the other night on the kind of the press tour, and
Yeah.
it was the first time I'd ever seen Cillian eat.
Or drink.
Yeah.
And as far as the answer to our trivia question, in 1998, Murphy starred in the Shakespeare play Much Ado About Nothing.
Do you see his outfit today?
It's giving.
Check out the poster. And then look at the outfit today. It was the
Same.
first thing I said to you on that carpet.
I didn't think of it until you
Oh, I saw you a mile off with your sleeves rolled up, and I was like, yes.
So what did you guys think about all these moments, and what are your expectations for this film? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
It's, it's full circle now,
Yeah, Matt just pulled me off the streets to
pulled
audition
her-
for Adjustment
Pulled her
Bureau.
right off the streets. Nobody had ever
Saved my
seen her
career.
before.
No one had heard of her, and look at her now.
I actually do like martinis. That is actually the drink that I had with Christopher Nolan. So
Was it?
yeah, I had a martini.
How very apt.
I know. Yeah. Not dirty though. You want the smooth top.
It's just a figure of speech.
Right.